Hello and welcome everybody to today's webinar by Emitrr. Today we're going to discuss a very sensitive topic, which is Twilio's acquisition of Zipwhip. As we all know the value of text messaging, and we're all aware that Twilio has decided to sunset Zipwhip by the end of this year or early December. At Emitrr, we wanted to help you understand what are your options when it comes to different alternatives. How should you really go about understanding which alternative is the best for you, right? Now, we've spoken to about 100 plus current Zipwhip customers who've decided to choose the right alternative for them. And we've understood what people look at or what you should be looking at while evaluating your options, right? So that's exactly what we're going to do in this presentation. We want to try and help you understand what are the options you have and save you time. Instead of going and doing a demo with each and every alternative, we want to help you understand by this webinar, with the help of this webinar, that what are your options available and what are the things that you should sort of consider before actually making a move, right? Just so you're taking a well-informed decision. You don't want to land yourself into another situation where, let's say, for example, in a rush, you take a call and move away from Zipwhip to something else and you realize, all right, I have moved on to a software which probably is not the best option for me, right? So that's exactly what we're trying to help you today. So let's jump right in and share with you the data that we've collected from 100 plus customers of Zipwhip who've essentially started working with Emitrr, text messaging software and a top Zipwhip alternative. Through this presentation, in the next 15 minutes, what I'll be talking about is how you can evaluate Zipwhip alternatives, right? We'll be taking into consideration only the top 3 products, and we'll be talking about the feature-to-feature comparison so that you don't have to go to the top 3 alternatives or any other alternative for that matter of fact and do a feature-to-feature comparison, right? 2, we will also be covering the pricing comparison. How do these 3 top products compare against each other? And then the most important thing, right? What kind of migration support are you getting offered? What all can you migrate? What support are these companies offering? And what do their customers say, which is essentially the reviews. And I just realized I forgot introducing myself. My name is Anmol, and I'm the co-founder of Emitrr, a top text messaging software used by 1,000 plus local businesses across healthcare, home services, auto, real estate, and a lot of different businesses, right? So let's jump right in, right? And why we're doing this, like I said, we want to help you understand what are the options. So this is, I would say, an unbiased comparison. We are also talking about who are the other players and how we compare to them. There are some things that we don't offer, some things that they don't offer. What suits your business would let you take a call so that you don't land up in a situation like this. All right. So let's jump in and start by comparing the capabilities offered by different Zipwhip alternatives, right? Starting with, now we have 3 Zipwhip alternatives, as I showed you. One is Emitrr, the other one is Text Request and Podium. Text Request and Podium are being recommended by Twilio, but it still makes sense to look at what are the options you have in the market, right? Let's start by comparing capabilities and a feature-to-feature comparison, right? So I'll not compare the first 5 capabilities because all of us essentially here understand the value of two-way text messaging, how you can text enable your landline, mass text messaging, scheduling text messages, etc., and multiple locations. Now that is something that all of Zipwhip's competitors, which is alternatives like Emitrr, Podium, and Text Request offer, right? So we'll not go into that, but let's go a little deeper and understand how essentially are different players sort of different, how do they differentiate themselves when it comes to feature-to-feature comparison. So let's talk about a feature called missed calls to text. Now, what is missed calls to text? Essentially, it's a capability that allows you to convert your missed calls. So anytime your business, be it a healthcare practice or home service business or any local business, anytime you receive a missed call or your business misses a call, Emitrr offers you a capability to send out a text message, right? So you understand the value of text messaging. What Emitrr does is it allows you to convert each and every missed call and into a text message conversation. So imagine I call up your business and let's say your business is a dental practice. I call your dental practice, you're not available to take the call. I'll get a text message and I can continue the conversation via text, right? So that's a very unique feature that Emitrr offers. Unfortunately, None of the other alternatives offer this at this point in time, right? The second capability that we offer is a web chat. We're talking about is a web chat to text capability, right? Now, what does a web chat to text capability means? Essentially, we understand that, as a local business, it's impossible to respond to each and every conversation that you get in real time. So expecting users to stay on the website through a live chat or a web chat widget and waiting for them to get a response is not really feasible in case of a local business. What web chat to text does is essentially it brings in all of your conversations on the website and converts them into an SMS. So your customers don't have to wait on the website, right? That's essentially what web chat to text does. It converts website visitors into SMS. We've seen a 10x increase in inbound leads for our customers. Now, this feature is offered by all of the alternatives. So if you're looking for this feature, you're okay. It's equally okay to go to Emitrr or Podium or Text Request, right? The choice is yours. Facebook Messenger, right? A lot of times customers tell us that, hey, I cannot keep up with messages that I get on Facebook. I do not want to share my login with my team members. How do I manage that? What Facebook Messenger does is we bring in all of your Facebook messages by integrating with your Facebook account into a single dashboard. Again, Emitrr offers that and only Podium offers that, right? Text Request doesn't. Zipwhip did not offer that. Google My Business Chat. If you're a local business, this is super relevant for you. Customers can initiate a text message to your Google My Business listing. How does it work? Essentially, customers can search for, let's say, doctor near me, dentist near me, or let's say pharmacy near me. And the moment they do that, if your business shows up on the Google Maps, we provide you with the capability to initiate a conversation through a chat, essentially helping you reduce your phone calls. Now, this we've seen help reduce a lot of phone calls apart from just the two-way text messaging, and the missed call to text also we've essentially seen a 30% rise in revenue, right? Because otherwise that business was lost. So those are some of the additional capabilities that Emitrr and Podium and in some cases Text Request also offers. Coming to customizable reminders, right? What are reminders? As a local business, since we are service oriented, we book appointments. It's important for you to allow your customers to remember their upcoming appointments, right? We all know it's impossible to get someone to walk in immediately. So if you're booking customers or patients, a little in the future, we allow you to send out customizable reminders, as many as you like, because we integrate with your current practice management software, EHR, scheduling software, dispatching software. Emitrr essentially has 1,000+ integrations, right? Zipwhip did not have that. They integrated with softwares like HubSpot. Podium does not offer that. Text Request does not offer that. More than welcome to go and look it up their websites. Coming to reviews and reputation management, right? As a local business, it's super important for you to drive more and more reviews because reviews help you stay on top of Google search and get discovered by more customers, and also take control of your reputation. What are customers saying about you on the internet? Emitrr does offer that. It automatically requests reviews after appointments are completed, and it also brings in your reviews from different places, so you can manage your reputation in one place. Unfortunately, Zipwhip did not offer that. Podium offers that. Text Request does not offer that. Similarly, we do offer automated follow-ups, any type of follow-up, right? You could set up a custom follow-up to any campaign that you want to do. If you've had a no-show, if somebody booked an appointment and did not show up for the appointment, we do a follow-up on that as well by integrating with your current CRM, right? Again, that is something that's not offered by all the other alternatives. Similarly, we follow up on cancellations as well. That is something that's not offered by Podium and Text Request. You don't have to take our word for it. I would suggest we are trying to help you here, but I would suggest you also look up their websites, right? We do not offer payment processing at this time, but that's something that's work in progress. Now, what do I mean by payment processing, right? Zipwhip, Podium, Text Request, all three of them do offer that. Essentially, you can use them to collect payments. If you already have a payment solution, you may not necessarily need it. While we are building that, we don't offer that at this point in time, right? We do offer follow-up on payments. Essentially, if somebody's not paid, we do offer a follow-up payment. That is something that none of the other alternatives to Zipwhip offer. Similarly, birthday wish automation. If you're a home service business and you provide estimates, then we do offer estimate follow-ups. That is something, again, that's not offered by Podium or Zipwhip, right? So that's a little bit about a feature-to-feature comparison, but let's continue on the feature-to-feature comparison, right? In addition, we offer a flat pricing, and we do not offer by users or usage. What does that mean? Both Podium Text Request and Zipwhip also had a pricing that kept going up by the number of contacts, number of users, number of text messages that you sent out. Emitrr offers a flat pricing, right? We don't offer you a pricing based on the usage. We think that's not really fair. In addition, we offer you 24/7 support. I would strongly suggest look up our reviews on Capterra, and you will know that what I'm saying about 24/7 support, it's absolutely true, right? We are the only software, and apart from this, if you see any other alternative, we're the only software that offer an integration with your scheduling software. It could be a dispatching software like Housecall Pro, Jobber. It could be an EMR practice management software like Dentrix, eClinicalWorks, equity scheduling, right? We offer that. Zipwhip did not offer that. Text Request does not offer that. Basic Podium offers a very basic integration, just solving reviews and reputation management. I will talk about pricing a little more in detail, but let's talk about migration, right? Because this is super critical. Now that you've decided to migrate, what are the different things that everybody's offering, right? Let's start with Text Request. Text Request is offering a migration tool. It's a great option where you can easily migrate by entering your details. Podium has not mentioned, and this is all public information, right? Podium has not mentioned any migration support. We're offering 24/7 support, a migration tool, as well as training and white glove migration support, right? So we will train you as well as support this entire migration so that if there are any questions or custom support needed, then we're happy to do that as well, right? Let's do a quick pricing comparison, right? We've spoken about features. What else is important, right? Of course, features are important. And I missed highlighting one thing that we've learned. We do offer a mobile app, we do offer a desktop app, and we do text enable your landline as well, right? I'm not sure about if Podium does that. Text Request does text enable your landline, but I'm not sure if they do offer a desktop as well as a mobile app, right? Let's come to the pricing comparison, which is the next most important thing, right? We have different alternatives, right? So let's look at customer reviews. Let's start with Emitrr, right? Now, since I'm doing this, I'm the co-founder of Emitrr, and since I'm doing this, I'm going to take this opportunity to first talk about our reviews, right? This is our first review with a home service partner that we have. They've given us a rating of 5 on 5 on everything, right? I'm not going to go into reading everything. I'm sure you can, read by yourself what are our, how do they rate us overall? What are our pros? What are our cons? You got to be aware of all the things that we have to offer. But what really stands out is that they've given us a 5 on 5 on everything, right? Then this is another customer of ours in the marketing and advertising space, or they're also, let's say, for example, they also work with a lot of healthcare businesses. They do marketing for them. Again, I will not go into everything, but they've given us a 5 on 5 rating, right? And these are really, I would say these are, and I've picked up the latest reviews, right? This is Feb 4th, 2022. This is April 29th, just 1 month back, 2022, right? So those are some of our reviews and what people have to say. I will be honest about the fact that sometimes some things are not available in the product, but there is absolutely no one who will not rate us a 5 on 5 on customer service, right? And value for money. So that's true even in this case. Now let's look at the reviews of Text Request or Podium, right? In this case, for example, for Podium, the customer says stay away, right? Value for money, exactly what I highlighted in my previous conversations. Value for money is just one. It's super expensive. Features are limited, right? Of course, I'm not going to go and read everything, but you can definitely read it yourself to understand. But what stands out here is it says immediately after starting with Podium, I found that the software would be unusable for my business. I tried to work through the onboarding team to see if there was something I was missing, but couldn't get a response, right? Now, you don't want to get into a situation where you get locked into a contract, you pay a high amount, and also it's not usable, right? And just to highlight, we do not have any contracts. It's all month to month. So you can decide that if this is not working and I want to switch to someone else, you can easily do that, right? The second review about Podium is very similar, right? Now this goes even worse because it says 1 on customer service, value for money, and 1 on ease of use. Overall rating 1, right? They say that they have a good sales team, and that's all, right? Don't trust them. Now, I'm not going to go into what's going to happen, but if you read this, it essentially has gotten them locked into a yearly contract for a software that just did not work for them, right? So you don't want to sort of get into a situation like that. Now, let's look at text requests reviews, right? So text request review says that can't find the most recent messages in the conversation. Group text messaging was problematic, right? Ease of use 3, overall rating 4, but features and features 4, but likelihood to recommend 1 on 10, right? And this is a customer that switched from Zipwhip. Now, be aware, this is a customer that switched from Zipwhip, right? So you don't want to get into a situation where you also get into a situation like this, right? And this, again, the person says it wasn't my decision. They had to, of course, switch because there are a lot of people who are switching over from Zipwhip. Now there is no choice, right? So this is a real review of somebody who switched over from Zipwhip to text request, and now they're also stuck in a situation where they cannot move out, right? So I hope you found this small webinar helpful, and you're able to take a quick call to identify what's the best for you, since you don't want to get into a situation where, again, you have to find another alternative if you moved from Zipwhip to Podium or Zipwhip to, let's say text request, right? So the decision lies in your hand. I hope this was helpful to understand what are the different options you have, how do they compare feature-wise, review-wise, pricing-wise, right? Hopefully this is of help, and you'll be able to take a better call while deciding what are your different alternatives that are available for you, right? If you want to get in touch with us, it's very easy. You could get in touch with us on emitrr.com, or you could simply text us on 210-941-4696, which is right here, or just fill out the schedule a request demo form, right? And we'll be happy to help you. Hopefully this was helpful. Thanks a lot for taking out the time to watch this webinar, and we look forward to hearing from you.